Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. For today's review, we're going to take a look at the McFarlane Titanfall 2 BT-7274 Titan with pilot Jack Cooper. Now before we proceed with this review, I just want to say that I don't actually play the game, so I don't actually know about the different Titans and the pilots and their backstory. So if I get anything wrong in this review, just let me know in the comments below. I basically purchased this guy because he looked really good in the promo pictures and I love robots. So let's get into the review and see how this guy is. And here is the packaging. So on the front you've got a nice big window that wraps around to the top, so you can see what you're getting inside. Very nice and simple artwork. Around to the side you've got a bit more nice artwork here, and on the back photos of the figure, very colorful. And on this side you've just got Titanfall 2, and on the top Titanfall 2 with the window, and on the bottom some company information. And here is the inside of the packaging. So the figure sits inside a plastic tray, and there is a blue backing card here, which is nice. And the figure itself, there's a plastic cover to protect the front, and the figure itself is tied down with some clear plastic ties. And here are the two accessories that comes with the Titan. So first up, let's have a look at this massive gun. This gun here is very nicely sculpted. You can see there's a lot of nice detail in there. Very well painted. I'm guessing these are the shells, and that's the ammo drum. Very nicely painted and detailed. And you also get this little pilot figure that comes with the Titan. So this figure is not fully articulated, but there are some articulation points which I'll show you in a second. But let's just have a look at this guy. Very, very nicely sculpted. He is a very tiny figure, but there's so much detail in this guy. It's really quite impressive. So the legs are stuck in this pose, this crouching pose, but you can rotate this arm around and also this arm around. The elbows don't bend, but you can also rotate the hand that the gun is stuck to, so they can go up and down. And his neck is also on a ball joint, so you can rotate it around, look up and down a little bit, which is kind of cool. I have found that getting the Titan to hold the gun can be a little bit tricky due to the design of this, the handle area, because it's enclosed. So you kind of have to stretch out the fingers, and they're not articulated, but they are semi-soft. So you kind of have to stretch it over and just make him hold his gun like that. And once it's in there, he holds it pretty well, so that's good. And with the pilot figure, I think the promo pic just has him kind of sitting on top like that, but there are little handles on the side here, and it does look like his hand can grasp the handle, so you can kind of just push it in, so then he doesn't fall off as easily. And here's a closer look at the figure. As you can see, he is very nicely painted. He has some weathering applied to him to make him look a little bit dirtied up, so that's nice. Lots of little tiny tempo print detail to give it that extra level of realism, so that's really nice. The plastic is a hard plastic for most part, but there are soft bits like here. This is soft, so it can kind of move up and down. This bit here as well, and these little antennas on the top, they're nice and soft, so they won't break. These bits here on the side aprons, or the back aprons, that's soft as well. The front ones are also kind of soft, so that's good. You've got, where else is there? I think, yep, this bit here on the elbows, that's soft as well. And that bit here is soft, so that's not going to break, which is good. Very, very nicely detailed. It's just very gorgeous to look at. You got the piston detail in the back that's painted. Unfortunately, These rocket launchers on the back, though it looks really nicely detailed, it actually doesn't move at all, so it's basically just stuck in that one pose. Same with the thruster, nothing here moves, nothing here moves. But yeah, it does look really nice. In terms of articulation, obviously it doesn't have a head, so there's no head articulation. Coming around to the shoulders, it does rotate in two places. It rotates on the inside here, and it rotates on the outside, top of the shoulders. So that can allow you to spin the arm all the way around. And the arms can lift up that far, and it is ratcheted, and goes down only to about there before the arm interferes with the joint. And with the elbows, again it's ratcheted, hinge joint, but it doesn't seem to click very well on my one. So it only bends to about 90 degrees, which is not great, and it goes straight all the way. And there is also rotation at the elbows. So no bicep, but you get the elbow rotation here. And then coming down to the wrist, you've got the same ratchet joint, so you can turn his hand up and down like that, spin it all the way around, and yeah, if you angle it right, you can make him curl his hand in as well. Back to the main body. Unfortunately, the main body is one whole static piece. So nothing here moves, there's no rotation, there's no crunch. It's just one big piece of plastic. So I'm not sure why they made this bit soft. I thought they made it soft to allow for app crunch, but there is no app crunch whatsoever. And then down to the hips. So the legs, you can splay it out, in and out. I think it's on a ball joint here, or a hinge joint. So in and out like that. So not very far in terms of actual splitting. That's as far as you'll get him to split. And he can kick forward that far and kick back much further than kicking forward, which is, I guess it's good but odd. And no thigh rotation, but you do get a little bit of rotation from the hip joint. And unfortunately, the rest of the leg, that's all static. So there's no joints here, no joints here, no joints there. So you can't actually bend and maneuver the legs. But it does look really nice. It's very nicely detailed. And down to the ankles, there is a hinge joint, a ratcheted hinge joint, but due to the design of the feet, you pretty much only get one click up and one click down. So not a whole lot of movement there before it starts to interfere with the bits. And in terms of ankle pivot, again, pretty much non-existent. There's a tiny bit of play here, but I wouldn't really call that an actual ankle pivot. In terms of height, the figure comes in at just under 26 centimeters tall, which is roughly 10.2 inches. Now for some size comparisons. First up is the McFarlane Toys Halo Didact. Here he is with McFarlane Toys 5-inch Halo email. Here he is with Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper. Here he is with DC Icons Aquaman. And finally, here he is with Marvel Legends Cyclops. When I first saw this guy go up online, I wasn't sure exactly how they were going to give us a 10-inch deluxe figure for about 30 USD. But now I know. Even though this guy looks beautiful with his realistic paint job, detailed printing, and very nice sculpting, this guy is definitely more of a display piece than something you can pick up and play with. He's very limited in terms of articulation. He does stand very well, but he basically has no joints in the body and basically no joints in the legs. So you can't really put him in any poses except for holding his gun and standing up straight. Having said that, if you're a big fan of Titanfall, or a fan of mechas in general, you will enjoy this piece. For the price that you pay, I think it's very good quality, and he looks absolutely beautiful. Really love this color scheme, and the design is really nice as well. And that concludes my review of the McFarlane Toys Titanfall 2 BT-7274 10-inch deluxe figure. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for another toy review.